Today's social media segment is brought to you by Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. CIS, Cardiovascular Institute of the South, the highest quality cardiovascular care available. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality.
Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. Again, your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it. You know, we love to bring you updates and get you information. Well, a lot of people hear different hearsay about things that happen in our community, and especially when it comes to fire safety and maybe a fire that happened in our community. We're always wanting to give you that information as we welcome to the program Mr. Mike Palmer. Mike, thanks for joining us today.
Great to be back.
All right, appreciate that. Of course, Bayou Fire Department, Fire Prevention Chief, and the Public Information Officer. Lots of different roles there. We had a couple of different fires going on. Let's talk about this first one that took place at One Stone's Throw Drive.
Yes, Sunday evening around 9:30, we got the call at Misty Bayou Apartments for smoke coming from one of the apartments. It turned out that it was an exterior fire.
Okay.
The vinyl siding caught. The best thing that happened was some other residents were getting home from work.
Okay.
And they noticed
about
it.
that time. Okay.
The tenant had already fallen asleep, so she didn't know anything was going on. And you can see from the fire that there was pretty heavy damage to the siding and the exterior.
Right.
Our crews were on scene within 6 minutes. The fire was extinguished within 2 minutes.
Wow.
And everything just fell into place. No one was hurt, from our 911 dispatchers to fire dispatch to the crews and the ladies who noticed. It went pretty well and no one was hurt. What you're looking at is a security camera.
Okay.
From the back patio. As it turns out, they were using a flower pot, plastic flower pot, as a smoker's pot. So it melted. It ended up melting after they went to bed and caught the siding on fire, and it went from there.
Okay. And again, some interesting information that we show that, you know, maybe something we shouldn't do, right? You know.
Well, apartments have strict fire codes for barbecuing.
Right.
You can't have a barbecue within 10 feet of the building. But there's no real fire code for smokers pits or ashtrays or anything like that. So you have to rely more on common sense.
Right.
A smoker's pot should be metal.
Right.
And you should always try to make sure you put water on it before you go to bed.
Yeah, and look, I can tell you these kinds of fires can happen very, very quickly. We had one destroy a camp with 5 people that were in the camp, destroyed the whole camp. And they were using fireworks, and they put them in a plastic garbage can, and they reignited.
Yes, and we've had a few in our area, the same thing.
That happened like that. And so, again, people just kind of need to be aware. You got to make sure those things are out, make sure we put water on them, and make sure those things are fully extinguished, whatever it may be. Whatever it is on fire that could catch something else on fire. And this was a Ring camera that actually caught the
Yeah, it's security doorbell
camera. And again, love the fact that you guys, within 6 minutes you were there. Within 2 minutes it was out. And again, we can see the extensive damage that it caused, but you guys got there very quickly. So we prevented that from getting inside, and no one was injured.
Correct.
That's always our goal. Y'all had a second call here not that long ago, right?
Yes, earlier in the week, they had a kitchen fire on Rhett Place.
Okay.
And that was, nationwide, 70% of residential fires are started from cooking fires.
Sure.
And lo and behold, Bayou is the same. About 70% of our fires initiate with some type of cooking. And they had fallen asleep after they started cooking.
Okay.
And we recommend that you never leave a stove unattended while you're cooking.
Right. And especially to go to sleep, right?
Well, you don't intend to go to sleep.
Right, I got you.
Sometimes
they kind of fell asleep. And again, that cooking during those times when we know that we can be awake, we know that we can watch and stay awake. But again, those things kind of happen.
Yeah, our world is full of distraction.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be distracted while you're cooking.
While you're cooking, exactly. Especially because, again, 7 out of 10 fires that we know of nationwide start in the kitchen.
Right.
So I always want to do that, especially for people that we have a lot of times. We have people who are confused, or we have people that are starting with some short-term memory loss. We want to make sure that they stay safe. That if there's some memory loss issues, we want to make sure that we're keeping them safe, especially in the kitchen.
Yes,
because that's where the first fire can start.
The most important thing you can do is have working smoke alarms in the house.
Right.
And I believe every fire department in Terrebonne Parish has a supply of smoke alarms.
Right.
So if you need them, please contact your fire department,
And
they can get them to you.
You guys are so good about that. We appreciate it. Now, knowing this time of year, we can already feel it. Not only feeling the heat of the fires that you guys had to deal with, but we're kind of feeling the heat outside. Well, there's some things people need to know about being safe as the summertime warms up.
Yeah, in the South, we tend to cook outside all year round, but it definitely ramps up in the summer. Outside barbecue cooking, you should never do it next to the house. Same as applies to apartment complex. And have some type of water or fire extinguisher to put it out if things get out of hand.
Something really close. Down here, we're just starting, the crawfish are just starting to get big. The prices come down a little bit. We got people that are boiling even. We want to make sure that we're doing those things for them.
It's still a flame, it's still a fire, and you need to be safe.
Yeah, and we know that if you're boiling, you got water, but still be very, very safe with that. And making sure that we can prevent that. So again, common sense is one of those things that people need to use, right?
Yeah,
As we do that.
Inside and outside.
Inside and outside. I got you with fire safety. One of those things that we always appreciated is the amount of time and energy that you guys spend, not only training, but educating yourselves. We appreciate the fact that y'all take some time to educate the public and do that as well. And so we're always so very thankful that y'all are able to do that. And so we appreciate that. So how are things going? Are y'all fully staffed? Are y'all...
Yes, we're still running our 2 ambulances. At this point, we're up to about, for the year, 700 people transported just in the Bayou area.
Wow.
Chief Email and the entire command staff is proud to say we have 12 paramedics on staff.
Wow.
So we're going as well as we can possibly go at this time.
We appreciate it very, very much. Thank you for you and your whole team. We appreciate it. Want to keep a safe summer. We want no injuries or fatalities. We want people to keep it safe and do what they can this summertime.
Yes, sir. Thank
All right.
you very
We
much.
appreciate it. Thank you, Mike. And we thank you for joining us here on this edition of Bayou Time. But don't go anywhere. A whole lot more when we continue right here on HTV.